Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today, doing something a little bit different. Um, I think in a couple of my other videos, recent videos anyway, I mentioned that I had squirrel problems. The squirrels found my trees this season for whatever reason and damaged a few, and I showed those in videos, and I'll show a couple of clips up here where they've chewed on the trunks, ate some roots off, and things like that. But this one here used to be a tree in a pot, and I'll show a picture. I did a video repotting this, and now, as you can see, it's in my propagation station because the squirrel pretty much ate this at the trunk base, and it couldn't stand up on its own anymore. And I'll show a picture. But it fell completely over, and it was only had a couple strands of trunk still left. So what I did, I went ahead and just cut it off clean at the base and stuck it in this propagation station because I really liked the development that I had going on the top of the tree. It's a small tree. It's a lilliput, portulacaria afra lilliput, which has the small leaves. So I cut it off clean, stuck it in here. It's probably been, 5-6 weeks ago, something like that, maybe a little longer. And when I first put it in there, it doesn't have any roots, so the leaves, you could tell it was using the water and energy from the leaves feeding back into the trunk, because the leaves get really small, really flat and wrinkly. And then 2 to 3 weeks after I put it in here, the big main root started coming out, and then it develops all these fine feeder roots on the side. And then I could tell it's taking up water because all the leaves plump back out. So the leaves look really healthy now. They're all nice and green, a little more plump than they were. So today I think I'm going to try to get it back into a pot. It definitely doesn't have enough roots to support the top, so I may have to get a little creative in how I support it in the pot, but we'll kind of see how it goes. So let's go ahead and get it out of here. But I don't want to leave it in here too long because as you can tell, the bottom of the trunk, it's a little soft and stuff, so I don't like to keep my water propagation. Once I get enough roots to where I can tell it's supporting the top of the tree, even on my cuttings and things like that, I like to get it in some bonsai soil as soon as I can. And like I said, this one's going to be a little bit more of a challenge just because of there's not enough roots here to support the weight of the tree. But I'm going to get them in the soil. And then like I said, I'll have to get creative. I've got some rocks. I may have to use some wire, kind of do some makeshift supports or what, but I'll see. I may even have to get it planted and then let this rest on the soil, just to help support it instead of trying to keep it up. Let the roots get a little more established in soil, and then I could repot it and reposition it. But we'll just see how it shapes up here. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the same pot that it was in. I like the pot, and I'm not going to admit defeat from the squirrel, so I'm going to put it right back to where it was and and show those squirrels that they didn't win. We'll get some soil in here. Like I said, this is a pure experiment, because usually when I do cuttings and stuff, I'm not dealing with a fully developed top of the tree. So this one's going to be a little different because I'm going to have to pretty much support the entire tree with some other means other than the roots. So, but I think hopefully it'll work. But I'll be sure to update you guys on the progress of this guy. like I said, I was really happy with the development of this little tree. Not sure. I'm trying to think which was the front. Might have been this way. Anyway, either one would work because I've got these branches that are kind of coming off at angles, so either one could be a back branch or side branch. I'm almost thinking this might have been the front just because more of the trunk's exposed there. And then back here, this one does kind of come towards the back, and I've got this branch here that I didn't cut off. So and I wouldn't have wanted that to come to the front, so I'm thinking that's the front of the tree. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of move some of this soil out, try to spread some of these roots out a little bit. Give them a chance to get all spread out in the soil and start growing. Doesn't have to be perfect because they'll find their way, and but these are so fine I don't want to mess with them too much. So we'll get this one going out this way. I'm probably going to plant this a little deeper than I normally would. Not really concerned with the root flare or anything. I just want to get some solid roots back on it. So I think that's what's going to happen, just like that. Get some more soil in there. Get enough support. Around that. Like I said, I think I might go ahead and tuck the let's go ahead and cut this branch off. I think I might tuck that branch down in the soil like that just to help support it. Let me get a little more soil in there. I've got some rocks here too. I think I'm going to need to get just a little bit more soil in here. But yeah, so I think this is the right ticket to have that nestled in, because the shape of the tree is supposed to be up like this, but like I said, with the no roots to support it, I think it's going to have to go this way. So we'll put a rock back behind it like that, and another rock in the front. These are pretty heavy, which is kind of what I need. Like that. And I think that's probably going to be enough to support it. And I'll wedge this one in the front. Just to get it nice and solid there. And that doesn't look too bad, just like that. It almost looks like one of my little bridge style trees, but that's not the style I'm going for with this, but who knows. My main goal today was to get it back in the pot and hopefully get those roots acclimated. I'm going to water this in. Normally you don't want to water, if you're doing root work with the portulacaria, you don't water it right after you repot it, but since this one has been water propagated, the roots are used to being in moist conditions. So since I didn't really do any cutting, and plus they've been in water, so their water isn't going to shock them or anything. So, and this soil is really going to suck the water out of the roots, so it's really going to dry them out fast. So I'm going to make sure that I water this in really well and probably keep it in kind of a dappled sun environment out on my bonsai bench just till it gets reacclimated, because it's been growing inside in my propagation station under artificial lights on a heat mat for the last month and a half. So I just want to slowly acclimate it back to outside, and with really not a lot of roots on it, it would just dry out a lot faster. So I'm going to keep it in the shade with some dappled sun, and hopefully it will continue to recover and turn back into the tree that it was a couple months ago. So I think that's all we're going to do to this guy today. I'm not going to prune it much. I'm just going to hopefully let it get healthy and recover. So I'll go ahead and do a spin around, even though we didn't do much work. But there's the front, there's the left side, there's the back, right side, and back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.